a beautiful day. It is Monday, I think. It don't matter. It's all the same around here unless it's Sunday. We are back down in the garden again, and it looks like I may have 2 days to try to get this lined out. Have a old Vietnam vet friend in need that's going to be building a pole barn, so you're liable to catch a whole lot of footage of somebody else's pole barn going up. And Miss Angela's going to be left behind here, so we're going to expect her to get this garden completely done and whatever else I can put on her list. Probably won't happen. She'll sit in the house and cry while I'm gone.
Probably.
But it is what it is. We're going to hopefully get the rest of this little brush and stuff butchered up, and if not today, maybe tomorrow, we'll get started on stringing some fence around this garden. We're going to start with 4-foot tall fence, and originally we had a pretty good concern about the deer infiltrating the garden down here and just destroying it. But I have come to the conclusion that I only need 4 foot of fence to keep the dogs out of the garden, because the dogs won't allow any wildlife around at all. So the fence is for the dogs to stay out of the garden. The dogs are here to keep the deer out of the garden. We'll see how that works. If all else fails, we'll have us a nice little bait trap here off the back porch to fill the freezer. May even be pre-seasoned with some peppers or whatnot. You never can tell. But that's what we got going for today, guys, and we're going to keep pushing.
Yay.
Yay. Now I'm going to recommend to you that this is a gloves required activity, and clamp your chainsaw in a vise and lock the... My hands are pretty much like leather gloves, so don't do it like I do. Follow the manufacturer's instructions, if you will, because well, I'm not a candidate for safety here on sharpening a chainsaw. But this new little gadget here, picked that up not too long ago. I like it for one reason only, and that's because it files my records down and it saves me a step. I've ran single file for so long sharpening, so this is kind of new to me. But just being able to knock that record down and saving me a step of going through it twice, it is what it is. But if you do have soft hands and you're not used to this kind of stuff, definitely throw some gloves on if you're grabbing this chain moving it around, because it will catch you up. Isn't that right, Walter? I'll show you guys a little bit more about what I was talking about there. Maybe you can see this. This file here. This file here locks in to get your gullet. And this flat file knocks that raker down. And the way this sits in there, let's see if we can see that. I don't know if we can or not. That one sits in there. It's got these guides that sit on the other teeth, so everything rides just like it should. You can look at this previous one here that I sharpened, and it knocks this raker down flat. And what that does is it constitutes your cutting depth on your actual tooth. That way you're not getting too much and you're not getting too little. But it does them simultaneously. And as Buck and Billy Ray would say, you gotta get the gullet. But right here, you gotta get that gullet. See how we just a little bit of shiny here. Just knock that tooth down a hair, and of course as you sharpen your tooth back, it'll drop. So this needs to drop with it, simultaneously sliding back. Again, remember, I'm not a poster boy for safety here on sharpening, so make sure you use some gloves. Protect your hands. Do as I say, not as I do. You know how that story goes. But these little files right here are so easy, anybody can use one of these. You got a guide here for your angle at which to run it to sharpen with. It's got the little fancy arrows and the little fancy drawings to let you know which way it should go, which way the blade, chain, and everything needs to be facing. I bet I could teach my wife to sharpen my chainsaws. I bet she'd love that on my 3-foot blade I've got in there. Anybody else ever have any luck training their wives to sharpen chainsaws for them? If you did, let me know how you figured out to get her to do that. Because mine's sneaking in on me over here right now, so I'm going to have to hush. Because I'll get in trouble. Isn't that right, Mama?
What's that? What?
We've decided that this tool's so easy that you can use it, and I can train you how to sharpen chainsaws, and I don't have to anymore.
You are so funny.
And that's it. Easy breezy. Little peek at the broccoli in here. It's doing fantastic. I think she's got some tomatoes and marigolds or something else going on in here. I don't know what all. But broccoli is doing fantastic. Now I just gotta get the garden cleared so I got somewhere to put it. Elderberry. I've got 4 coming along pretty nicely. Getting some decent roots on them down there. Good morning, guys. Hi, baby. I think she's running out of room for these monsters here. Well guys, we had quite the productive day. We got the remainder of everything that's down there cut up. I've still got a couple of root wads down there I gotta get, but it's too wet. I was getting stuck. And I've got to get everything I've cut up hauled up here and stacked for firewood. But other than that, I'm ready to start working the garden as soon as I get the rest of this mess out of here. Hopefully tomorrow will pan out well for us and we can start getting some fence up and get a spot for this broccoli to go. That's the main objective. Planting season's coming, it's coming fast. But we're behind, like always. Hope you enjoyed everything you seen today. There's a lot of updates, puppy updates. Maybe tomorrow I'll get out there and sneak in with them baby goats. So you hadn't seen those in a few days. Other than that, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. The sharpener, the steel sharpener. If you're interested in looking into one of those, check the description below. I'll leave you a link to Amazon to check that out. And as always, guys, have a blessed day, and we will see you tomorrow.